Baby, I'm not so bad. Nimeonja kitu leo, nimekuwa nikingoja. I've been waiting for you. When are you coming over? I want to see your face before the night is over. Kucha tuwashe kamoja. Kawaida, I don't talk too much, but I'm drunk and lately you've been on my mind all night. Baby, I can't wait for when I'll make you mine. Chukungoja nimengoja, nataka tuwe pamoja. Na kila kitu nimekuambia, I mean every word I'll say. Juu nimekunywa bia, and I can hardly see what I'm typing. I might regret this in the morning, but I know my and all the things you do. Sile vitu nanifanyiaga, nimechizi baby minifala. Don't write love songs for you, got me head over heels for you. Want you close to me, and I can show you what I mean. Oh, it's been a long time, and this feels right. You're my sunshine. Kawaida, I don't talk too much, but I'm drunk and lately you've been on my mind all night. Baby, I can't wait for when I'll make you mine. Chukungoja nimengoja, nataka tuwe pamoja. Na kila kitu nimekuambia, I mean every word I'll say. Juu nimekunywa bia, and I can hardly see what I'm typing. I might regret this in the morning, but I know my and all the things you do. I have had one too many, might regret this in the morning. I have had one too many, so I'ma let my guard down. Yeah, I have had one too many, might regret this in the morning. I have had one too many, so I'ma let my guard down. Na kila kitu nimekuambia, I mean every word I'll say. Juu nimekunywa bia, and I can hardly see what I'm typing. I might regret this in the morning, but I know I'm high and all the things you do. Only thing I'm high on, baby,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Pawa Radio. You say you like Ologomba, baby turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like Jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin and not Georgia, melanin all over. Nobody can boga. Well, they tried sometime back in November. They really didn't think I would remember. Sahi, my confidence in my rise. I never used to be like this before. I used to be so damn insecure. Achikuwa dark skin ilana. Haters are wicked loud. Nothing ever sweet like coco. Get on the dance floor, make them loco. You say you like Ologomba, baby turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin na Georgia. Melanin na lover. Nobody can boka. You say you like Ologomba. Then you turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin na Georgia. Melanin na lover. Nobody can boka. Yeah. You don't know how I like your confidence. The way you walk, how you talk, it's evident. Black is the beauty, so more for them, so more for them. You are a star, brown skin, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You are a star, brown skin, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You like a loco, mba. You like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco. Like a loco, mba. You like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco. Like a loco, mba. You like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco. Like a loco, mba. You like that toto. Like that toto star.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Pawa Radio.
Storyteller, hey. Ibaridi ni mbaya, ibaridi imetetemeka ya kutosha, kujoni kumbatie. Nimejaribu kahawa, nikajaribu gauge. Najua ukikuja utafanya disappear. Shida zangu si za dokta, shida zangu si za vodka. Sema leo utatoka na mimi nitakungoja. Shida zangu si za dokta, shida zangu si za vodka. Sema leo utatoka na mimi nitakungoja. Sema nijipange, ningependa kukuona leo. Tujipambe. Sema nijipange, ningependa kukuona leo. Tujipambe. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Natamani lako joto, natamani maso. Nimetetemeka ya kutosha, njoo nikumbatie. Nimejaribu blanketi, moto kwenye fireplace. Najua ukikuja utafanya disappear. Shida zangu si za doctor, I'm a whiskey. Nambie utatoka na mimi nitakungoja. Shida zangu si za dokta, shida zangu si za vodka. Nambie utatoka na mimi nitakungoja. Sema nijipange, ningependa kukuona leo. Tujibambe. Sema nijipange, ningependa kukuona leo.
niambie. Ooh, baby, niambie.
Uko down, uko ready. Joy to get busy. Uko down, uko ready. Joy to get busy. Uko down, uko ready. Joy to get busy. Uko down, uko ready. Joy to get busy.
Maisha ina stress but sitachoka. Manake mimi staya mimi nyota. Mungu peke ndio mimi nitaogopa. Get back cause unachoma choma choma choma. Daily na meremeta. Form yangu ni kutesa. Usikol kama si pesa. Bade na chipeleka. Inaselela, dombola. Mandem and lose composure. We catch flies, not feelings. Leo tuna dance for ceiling. Don't waste my time. Don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't miss my energy. Let's say goodbye. Just fly around with me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me. Feeling important. Feeling like something is coming all over me. Feel like a soldier. Feel like I'm going to war with the enemy. I've gotten older. I'm very comfortable with my identity. It's never over. I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm willing. I'm feeling hypnotized. I'm feeling like a child. I need to realize I'm feeling so alive. I take off my disguise and I get myself the prize. I don't mean to be shy. All I can do is try. Don't waste my time. Don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't miss my energy. Let's say goodbye. Just fly around with me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me.
Some people search and seek until they find the light. Some people think that everything they think is right. Some people don't believe in peace, they want to fight. Some people not my type. Some people not the vibe. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
All right. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy new week as well. This is the Power Morning Drive Show on Power Radio with me and Wanyoike. It has been a fantastic weekend, I hope, on your end. Mine has been a pretty slow one. Yesterday we got out to watch the blood moon. Did you get a chance to check that out? Did you have a glimpse of the red moon? Ama kwenyu ni kama kwetu. It was a little bit cloudy. I was not able to see. I just had to look at it from statuses of different parts of the country. But anyway, nothing too much to worry about. We are in, or rather you are in for a treat this morning. I am going to be having a conversation with Mr. Mugochi He's a youth leader and a governance expert. Today on our conversation, we are looking at young people as governance architects. What does that look like? Are young people ready to take the reins of governance? And what does building back up look like? Is it that they are only taking from what systems have been put in place? Is there a place for that? Or is there a place for complete authorship of the systems that perhaps do not exist, and for them to create a completely new way of conducting governance? So we shall be looking at governance from that angle as well, and what it portends for young people really to steer this ship of governance from the ground up. So stick around for that conversation a little bit much later, and then we will get into some local and mostly local news roundup. Look at what is making our headlines this morning. And then as we usually start off the show, let me look at what's happening on our roads this morning. And, it's Monday. Never quite understood why Mondays are usually very tricky in terms of traffic, but we move regardless. All right, let me look at what's happening along Thika Road. Kama kawaida, the traffic starts all the way from the Safari Park Hotel. It's crazy. Down all the way towards town in Ashikana na Muranga Road as well. As you go towards town is absolute madness. The same situation also happening along Limuru Road not Limuru Road, I beg your pardon. Same situation also happening along Kiambu Road. Today it actually starts at Quickmart Thindigwa all the way down towards Ridgeways Mall, and then the snarl-up continues as you approach DCI down towards the Pangani intersection. I can also see that Limuru Road is looking very hectic this morning from Village Market down towards the Karura Gate A. Situation is absolutely mayhem. Same situation also happening along Lower Kabete Road from Zen Garden as you go towards the Spring Valley Police Station is absolute madness. Wayaki Way is also looking very busy this morning. ABC Place down towards Westlands around the mall Westlands, it's looking bumper to bumper, so you guys be in the know and look out for that as well. I can also see that James Gishuru Road is looking not any better. It's a snarl up that goes all the way towards the Lavington roundabout. Same situation happening along Naivasha Road. It starts from the Naivas supermarket rerouter as you go into the Junction Mall, which also spills over down towards the Prestige Plaza, Adams Arcade, all that area as you go towards the Kenyatta roundabout as well. Same situation also happening along Valley Road. There's a bit of a snarl up there from Kenyatta roundabout down towards the All Saints Cathedral. The sad situation is going down as well on that end. Raila Odinga Road is also looking very busy this morning. I think it's pockets of traffic that is hailing from the Wilson Airport along Langata Road, which today is incidentally looking so clear. Nothing much to complain about. Just a little bit of a snarl up as you go from the Dam Estate area, but it's pretty more clear than usually is the case on that front as well. Let me look at what's happening along the other side of town, and we look at Mombasa Road, the Panari Hotel. There's traffic there from Panari Hotel as you go towards the Next Gen Mall, Capital Center, all that stretch as you make your way towards the Nairobi West Hospital is absolute madness this morning. I can also see that the Eastern Bypass is looking very busy. That whole route and stretch that goes towards the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Same situation also happening there from Naivas on the Eastern Bypass from the Naivas Supermarket Utawala down towards the Cabanas bus stop is absolute madness. As you make your way from Tasia in Embakasi Estate, the madness starts along that outer ring road from the, where is this now? it starts shortly just after the intersection between Manyanja Road and Outer Ring Road as you make your way towards the Embakasi road that also leads the airport road. Same situation also happening along Imara Daima. Same situation also happening along Lunga Lunga Road. Ojijo Road is also looking very busy. Jogo Road as you go towards from Makadara down towards the Maziwa Market, all that stretch towards Stadium is looking absolutely crazy. But in case where you are, I've not mentioned, and you might want us to know, please let us know. The hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back, my guest is going to be joining me shortly, and we are going to look at some of the big stories that are making headlines, and he's going to give us some scoop and tea about the ongoing by-elections happening in Beere constituency, where he's from. Has been a lot of drama there. So let's gear up as we get that discussion going. And remember, you can text in, call in, send us a voice note on 0748 379 231. Get in touch with us and we will get this ball rolling. For now, some music, and we will be right back after this.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Viens avec moi, tu peux pas trouver mieux ailleurs. Je peux te donner tout ce que tu veux. Le bonheur, l'amour et beaucoup de plaisir. Ni kitu gani, unaniletea maringo. Ngoja, uumiza matumbo. Mimi ni msanii, tena chali wakishua. Ukipata kunijua, utagundua mimi ni mtu wa maana. Na sina time ya kupuliza gunia. Ni duara hii dunia, nakwambia utajileta. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa.
Kuna wengi hapa town wadai wanimisi, wapenda kuniita sheri, mimi sina feelings. We bado kijana, mikidosho nimekoma, tabia za kifisi haziridhishi, hebu nikuelimishe, mimi chikiti, tena manzi wakishua, ulizia utaambiwa, we ni jina kubwa. Oh no please, haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa. Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa. Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa. Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa.
Wacha kucheza hatugeti, jo twende date ya spaghetti. Kwenye kona like Regency, uone nyota za mapenzi.
Matamshi yako ya kishenzi, mimi sili spaghetti, na siendi like Regency, kimbelembele ugali mbichi. Hey.
Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa. Haiwi mama, ushawe mama huwa.
Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa. Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa. Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa. Haiwi kaka, haitawahi kuwa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
nitaona in your eyes, and I'll know when I hear your voice. Kwa kweli, this is my choice. I'll be there when you're dreaming. Nitalala by your side, and I'll know when I see your face. Kwa kweli, this is my place. And when you say nakupenda, I feel it. When you say tunaweza, I believe it. And if tuko pamoja, baby, will you say milele? Sema milele. Tafadhali, sema milele. Baby, usijali. And if tuko pamoja, baby, won't you say milele? I'll know when you tell me. Nitaskia in your voice, and I'll know when I hear you say, kwa kweli, this is my choice. And when you say nakupenda, I feel it. When you say tunaweza, I believe it. And if tuko pamoja, baby, won't you say milele? Sema milele. Tafadhali, sema milele. Baby, usijali. And if tuko pamoja, baby, won't you say milele? Nitaona in your eyes, nitaskia in your voice, nitalala by your side. Sema milele. Tafadhali, sema milele. Baby, usijali. Sema milele. Tafadhali, sema milele. Baby, usijali. And if tuko pamoja, baby, won't you say milele?
Mazen nilipatana na Udem akanishoa kuna mamsi wakali. So nikampeleka Decimal akapatana na Punet, alafu msioka kanipea hii track, twende kazi. Rasha mimkali nianzaga mziki tuna na kitari, akajikanisha basi tuna dakitari. Si unajua fresha na kuwaga dakitari, but mtaani mini ordinary, si wagetikari, boss mimnare. Ndo maana tudem tunashindaga kelele, wanataka mpango kando ati ni wadare. Boss hey ni shamare, niko mdogo mdogo tu kwenye gari. Si usare, nikisonga mbele wako pale 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 pale. Si tuko kwenye club tuna pale 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 lezo, yani pale pale narusha mizuka pale pale.
jemedari mkare mistari generare kare generali tangu kale kare kikundi serikali yani sirikali tangu kale kare haijarishi kare gani kare kazi zote kare 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 na katika ile hali kare kashenkari ina hari kare kari forward kari Francis hari safari za mbalimbali kare biashara mbalimbali kare hatuchoki na hii safari kare sauti za kinyumbani kare wekelea kwa taki kare kare ya daktari na ni kare wangu sijapata mkare 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 maishani mwangu sijamwona mkare 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 maishani mwangu
Ganya mimi nina sware majaja kibao wote shware wanamuka mbele yangu na nisare wanataka leta noma na kucheza ngware kwangu kuja nje kuna umbwa kare nyumba ndani huko pata bibi kare mkare 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 na si mkare kare nimeng'ara kari kari kanitoka kare nimechapa toto ware ware bado kare kama umeshindwa basi leta ture na uongeze ture ndo mi nikure kucha turerembe ture tukorembe nyewe kwa wamanyi wanataka rembe wanakana katika kama wembe otuwabe chekibuganya kishambe
sijapata mkare 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 maishani mwangu sijamwona mkare 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 maishani mwangu maishani mwangu sijapata mkare 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 maishani mwangu sijamwona mkare 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 maishani mwangu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, that is Kare by Punet. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show with your host, Anne Wanyoike. And as promised, my guest is already in studio with us. I'm pretty excited to have this conversation with him. Later on, we shall be tackling a very important conversation, which is young people taking the lead as governance architects. What does that look like? How do we move forward with young people reimagining or completely authoring new ways and systems of conducting governance in Kenya? So that's a conversation that you definitely do not want to miss out on. But before we do that, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. You can find me directly on my X or Twitter, whichever floats your boat. I am at the Anne Wanyoike. Text, call in, voice note us live on 0748379231 as well. And also get us on our YouTube channel, which we are streaming live right now on Power Radio. That is PAWA Radio. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. We need the numbers as well to get this conversation to more people than one. And on our website, also get us on our website at www.power254.org/Power Radio. All right, let's segue quickly into our conversation with our guest, but I'll allow him to introduce himself. It's so good to see you, Mr. Mugochi. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm feeling nice. Thank you for having me.
Karibu sana. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring our invite.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. So maybe for somebody who might not know who you are, kindly introduce yourself and tell them what exactly you are all about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my good name is Daniel Mugochi.
Mm-hmm.
I come from the great county of Embu County.
Yes.
And I am very delighted to be here.
Right.
looking forward to having a very good discussion today
Sure.
on matters youth and governance.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you. Watu wa Mbere na watu wa Embu, mnasema aje huko? I mean, it's been a crazy whirlwind of politics. A lot is happening kwa ground, and I think you're the best person to help us understand which way Embu, which way Mbere. What's happening?
Umemua nigongeshe.
Let's go.
So Embu is quite peaceful.
Yes.
We thank God.
Right.
Politics too kidogo.
Yeah.
Because we have an impending by-election.
Yes.
In Mbeere North. That was occasioned by Cabinet Secretary Roko. Alikuwa MP akapromotiwa to Cabinet Secretary. So we have
of public service.
Yeah, public service. It's important to say that.
Yeah.
So we have campaigns ongoing which are quite intense.
Yep.
And ni hali ya siasa.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of people saying a lot of things. We have a government candidate there, sponsored by UDA. We also have the United Opposition. We'll also field a candidate.
Yes.
And I'm not best placed to speak on behalf of the United Opposition. But I want to tell our detractors, those who are in UDA, that regardless of whatever is happening, we are not in the business of losing. We will field a candidate, Mbeere North, and we will win that seat.
You sound very confident. What makes you so confident about this?
Sina experience sana ya siasa. But my little experience has taught me that the real conversation about power and politics happens in closed-door meetings. Now in those closed-door meetings, watu wa mdomo mingi, they are not allowed there. So we have done our statistics, we have done our polls, we know where we are, and we know what we need to do to get to where we want to get.
Right.
So I want to tell those candidates from UDA that wasijali mambo bado, we are not fighting. There's no problem in the United Opposition. We are going to field a candidate and we are going to win.
Yeah.
Yes.
You no pressure, but you're going to win.
We are going to get it.
My goodness.
Yes.
It is what is the state of Embu politics? Is it that because we are gearing up towards the 2027 elections, there has been now the lions that have been sleeping are now awakening?
No, people who are in politics, they are allowed to dream. For example, let me use Mbeere North.
Yeah.
We have two candidates from the United Opposition. We have Honorable Duncan Boy, who is the current MCA of Evurore Ward, which is the largest ward. I think he's serving his second term. We have Newton Karish, who is also an MCA for Momenje Ward, which is a ward also in Mbeere North, I think serving his third term. See, these are people who have experience. They are not necessarily confined to party politics. So they are allowed to dream. So before we come to, the date for resigning and all these things, we are going to have a candidate, as I've said, and we are going to win regardless.
Right.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's cruise on to maybe one or two stories that are making headlines today. And most importantly, let me just start with the Daily Nation. There's a story here about priestess linked to Kwabinzaro cult. There was nothing unusual about 30-year-old Charlene Anindo Temba, apart from the steady stream of visitors to her rented house in Kaweni village, Kilifi. Detectives now claim that behind those closed door walls, something sinister was unfolding, and it had everything to do with the bodies being exhumed at Kwabinzaro, reviving memories of the Shakahola massacre. I mean, this story of cultism in Kenya, the move from the government and the conversations that have been happening around this is that we need to start regulating churches. Do you think that regulating churches or religious institutions is going to solve the problem of cultism that we have in Kenya? Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, I think it is time we have a conversation about our churches. Because, for example, as I've said, I come from Embu. There's an area around town called Shauri. You move from one church, the next neighbor is another church. The next neighbor is another church.
Yeah.
it looks like we have a mushrooming business, imekuwa cartel. But more so because I am a practicing Christian. I believe in God.
Yes.
I go to church.
Yes.
I also play instruments.
Hallelujah.
Amen. So I think that we need to ensure you know God at a personal level. Usijue Mungu wa pastor wako. Know God at a personal level.
Yeah.
Because these people are in business. They're also human beings. So I think we also need to have a serious conversation about how we regulate our churches. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wow, a 30-year-old cult leader. What am I doing with my life? Somebody is in her 30s and she's running a whole cult. Well, not that I want to start a cult. I'm just saying that for me, I'm just trying to understand what great salesmanship do you have to to lure people into joining your cult.
No, watu huko nyumbani, things are hard.
Yeah, and so
for you
see them
to
out.
achieve such level of being a cult leader, you only need to sell hope.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Just sell hope.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, you can grab yourself the Daily Nation to get in-depth analysis of some of the stories making headlines, including 98% of schools submit data in efforts to curb capitation fraud. I mean, this country, if health is not working, education is not working, now what are we doing?
You'll find people in the comment section saying two-term. You wonder.
You wonder.
Yeah.
Imagine 98% of schools submitting data in efforts to curb capitation fraud.
Because of the nature of work that I do, I interact a lot with schools, teachers, students.
Yes.
The teachers who are running schools from their own pocket.
Wow.
Because umetumiwa seme 30,000 for capitation.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pay the watchman, you're supposed to pay cooks, bills are supposed to be paid. Sasa unashangaa, this 30,000, what am I supposed to do with it?
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
Then there's also a story about Dalmas Otieno, cabinet stint and failed political whirlwind. A story on page 2 of the Daily Nation. And lastly, inside State House, police hiring drama. A lot has been going on there. The president has called for a meeting to check out what's happening in the police force as well, him being the commander-in-chief. I just want a break from being Kenyan, man. In this country, there's always going to be one drama after the other.
Yeah. But I think it's intentional.
Yeah.
I usually believe when you see some of these things trending, there's something else happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because I think Kenyans, we have... for lack of a better word, we are shallow-minded. We are easily distracted by things due to trending.
Yeah.
So when we are focused on trending things, there are other things happening in the background.
That's
For
true.
example, people from where I come from, we are usually hoodwinked by a drama from a family that wears turbans.
Wow.
So we are all hooked following sijui a goat wife and the side chick.
Yes.
Behind the scenes kuna procurement, there's nothing. It's insane.
Yeah, there are smoke screens, the oldest trick in the game, man. Oldest trick in the game.
Anyone who is able to understand kukuwa na vitu kama hizi, there's something else happening, you will have escaped the matrix.
Right.
Yes.
Good. And I think that leads us to the end of our local news roundup here on Power Radio. It's a perfect place to segue now right into our discussion for today, which is young people or the youth at the center of governance, and them being potentially, not even potentially, just being governance architects and whatever that might portend. And so to kind of form the basis of this discussion, you're a very active youth. Let's, I think, start with that. Politically active.
Yeah, very active.
Back in your home constituency, you're in the right rooms and you're in the rooms that matter.
Yeah.
When it comes to governance issues. So I want us to hear from your engagement in the political and also in governance. What has your experience been so far as a young Kenyan braving to get towards the direction of governance and politics and everything that revolves political leadership? Yeah.
I'd first start by saying, number one, I think for me, I am living my dream because since I was very young, I had always envisioned myself to one day become a leader somewhere. So by virtue of what I do right now, I thank God that I have walked in the right steps where I am. But it has not been easy, especially transitioning from campus politics to now the real politics, because it's a world of a difference.
What are the differences?
It's our, campus politics. For lack of a better word, nitasema ni PR. Though, depending on how you package yourself, it's a good avenue to, as a stepping stone for you to get into the mainstream politics. Just like Babu, I'm not saying mtu akae shule arudie baka
afanye degree ya 4 years na 10 years.
Yeah, but depending on how you position yourself, campus politics can easily catapult you to mainstream politics. And hanging around these politicians, I must say it's really not easy for the young people. You really have to fight for your place. You have to fight for your position, because we also have political brokers in this space. And as a young person, considering how we do our politics here in Kenya, lack of resources greatly affects your growth in the political space. But for me, I can say it's I'm enjoying the ride. I'm still learning. Politics is evolving every day. They say one day in politics is quite a long time.
Yeah.
Anything can change.
Yeah.
So I am really enjoying, and courtesy of kushikwa mkono, I am also planning on how I am going to shika wengine mkono, those who are interested in being leaders, so that we move forward together, because mentorship is very important.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether did you manage to go into the chambers, the Senate chambers of for the International Youth Day? Were you there?
Yes, I was there.
Okay, so you got the whole scope of. Was this your first time there?
No.
Or you've been through this?
Yeah.
So I want us to talk a little bit about that, and even in the line of mentorship, because you stated clearly that you need people to show you and pave the way for you. But I was also in that cohort. By the way, I didn't even know why I was there. I just got an invite, and I was like, oh, is it going to be like a conference or something? So turns out that it's an annual thing that young people come. Then they get to cosplay what it looks like to be a member of parliament or senator or somebody who sits in Senate chambers and deliberate on national issues, right?
Yes.
So as we look at that, that approach, I found it to be very ineffective, because yes, you can show me how to the card goes, and you can show me how the game goes, but beyond that, is there like a continuity plan or something like that? So talk to us a little bit about, first of all, do you think that approach works, taking young people to chambers of parliament and them cosplaying parliament? I mean, I don't know that that's the kind of mentorship that we want for young people to take the reins of governance.
Yeah, so I'll correct you on some few things.
Sure.
Number one, we were not cosplaying because the event was organized by KYPA.
Okay.
The Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association, which by God's grace, my member of parliament is the chairperson.
Hopefully he's watching.
Mheshimiwa Getonga Mukonji.
Yeah.
So basically what we were doing, we were forming, number one, what we call Youth Bunge. Where Ken Babu is our speaker.
Right.
So there were resolutions that we made that will be tabled in parliament through our chair, the KYPA chairperson.
Yeah.
So in short, what we did is we discussed matters that affected the youth in our committees, because you remember we were subdivided into committees.
Yeah.
So the resolutions will be piled together as a report, which Getonga Mukonji, the honorable member for Manyata constituency, will table in parliament on behalf of the youth.
Yeah.
So maybe it was cosplaying. I don't know how you want to look at it.
It was. I was there.
But I think that's a step in the right direction, because for example, the institution that was supposed to look at these things has been ineffective, I think, for 13 years, the National Youth Council. So the KYPA has now stepped up that role to ensure that matters to do with youth and governance is well articulated in parliament, because that's where they're supposed to represent our views.
Right.
Yeah.
You talk about the National Youth Council, and there has been a lot of conversation about how it's not delivering on its mandate for young people.
It's been a slip.
It's been a slippery slope, right? So if, for example, today you are elected into the presidency of the National Youth Council, what radical shifts would you start with that create one inclusivity for young people, for sure, but beyond even just inclusion, meaningful inclusion? I think that's one headache that we will continuously grapple with if nothing radical shifts in the way that we handle young people entering conversations and spaces of governance and political leadership in this country.
So I think the most important thing for a council such as National Youth Council is having constant conversations with young people, because I think our generation is quite different from the older generation. But apart from talking, we need to see action. I think the greatest impediment right now facing young people is unemployment. For me, if I was to become the lead of a National Youth Council, and we had taken it, by the way, interim, my good friend Ken Babu
from DAP.
Had led us to some form of coup in taking National Youth Council.
I did see a press release from him and a couple
because honestly they were sleeping, and we also can do the job. So if they will not do it, we will do it.
What was the National Youth Council mandated for when it was being established?
It was basically to ensure inclusivity of the young people in things to do with government, who articulate maneno yao, but they have been failing in their job for 13 years.
Yeah, and I also heard that the president of the National Youth Council at some point was not even a young person. Is it even current? I think.
Let me even shock you.
Yes.
I'll use my county as an example.
Sure.
It is very sad that in Embu County, the CEC who represents youth and the young people is a woman. I think she's clocking 70.
Jesus.
It's insane.
That's insanity.
I ask my fellow young colleagues, really, is this what we want to do? How can, let me just not talk about it, but we need to have a radical shift in terms of representing young people and ensuring that their matters are actually articulated and they are dealt with the way it's supposed to be dealt with. Yes.
Oh, goodness. All right. I want us to go back to something that you pointed out, and which was that some of the biggest barriers to young people's inclusion in governance is lack of resources. So when you talk about resources, I'm thinking funding, right? Finance is a big part. But beyond financial resources, there's also manpower, right? You need people. You need a team to be able to support you, even beyond just running for office. There's other forms of governance positions that young people could be going towards, right? We talk about skills, networks. All these are skills, are resources that go to build and necessitate, or rather facilitate, young people who want to engage themselves in governance. So talk to us a little bit about how can we ensure that we are creating the resources for people, or the pool for resources for young people, because I know it's a barrier. Like I was having that day when we were in Senate, a lot of conversations about young people who are going to be in the ballot in 2027. And really, they just stopped at, my dreams have been cut short because I cannot afford to even run a political campaign. It's insane.
So I think, number one, the most important thing is mentorship, as I had said. Because for someone who has been in a leadership position, they know where mashimo za kutoa pesa ziko. You can talk to donors, you can talk to people who can fund your campaign. Unajua mtu mahali anaweza kuprintia t-shirts vizuri. So when you sit with these people who have been there, they can guide you into those particular spaces. But number two, I think the most important thing that we need to do is to have a review of how much we spend in terms of campaigns. Kwa sababu, you know, we have targets. I think MCA anafaa atumie pesa fulani, MP hivo. I think we need to reduce that amount because I believe we lose good leaders because of lack of resources. There are very few people who actually get elected and they don't have money. I think the only two people I know is an MP from Meru, and the other one, unfortunately, is our senator, which I don't want to talk much about because I'll be embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I think we need to have an honest conversation about how much people spend, how much aspirants can spend in terms of their campaigns, because unajua siasa yetu ni ya pesa.
Yeah.
You call people for a meeting, you want to leave, wanakuuliza sasa utatuacha aje hivyo. Yeah. So we actually need to have a review of how much we spend in our politics so that we do not lose good leaders because they do not have money. Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the issue of tokenistic inclusion in governance.
Yeah.
I mean, young people, my God, you know, I keep hearing conversations that, you know, young people are just going to be in the room to be seen and not to be heard. It's a conversation that we cannot perhaps put a full stop to. Yeah, so how do we move away from tokenistic representation of young people?
I believe it is how you carry yourself as a young person. You know, because most of us want to be in these spaces, but how you carry yourself is how that politician will treat you. Interestingly enough, last week, there were some few young people from my county who went to visit the appointed deputy president in, it's called Mugochi or something, in Darakanithi. It's a very remote place, very bad roads. By the way, I think we will have to send the deputy president an invoice of our school buses that were used to ferry people there because it's Zimeisha Springs.
Oh, man.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But you can imagine a whole, you know, I have a friend who claims to be the president of a comrade's body in Embu. A whole president.
Claims.
Yeah. A whole president went to the DP to get 3,000 shillings so that they can sing 2 term. He's not employed. He's still in school. I think he's under scholarship. It does not make sense, right? And we have the government you're supporting is killing your fellow young people. The government you're supporting has taxed more your parents, right? The government you're supporting has brought SHA, which is not working. And you go and say 2 term, upewe 3,000, for what benefit?
Right.
It does not make sense.
Yeah.
So how you carry yourself also determines how that particular politician will treat you. For me, I think I am a member of a DCP party. And I thank our leader, Wanyoike. She's been very vocal in ensuring that young people are well represented in the party. I think you've heard as late as yesterday, the former deputy president saying alikuwa na shida kidogo na Malala kwa sababu Malala anataka vijana wakuwe wengi kwa chama. That's the case in DCP. And I think we are a step in the right direction because some of these things you need to take them by force. You sit down with a leader, you tell them for us to support you, this and this. Munaandikiana. Si mambo na munaitwa, munashout 2 term, munapewa kenye munapewa, munaenda. You will not benefit. They will continue doing what they are doing. We are not doing, we will not get to where we want to get.
You raise two very important questions there. So there's the issue of handouts. And in the current economic climate that we are in, of course, young people are very disenfranchised.
Yeah.
So I don't think that we should be what's the word? Of course, there's the point where we need to hold them accountable because you just don't allow yourself to be politically manipulated.
Yeah.
But then there's also the issue of, for example, you've talked about the DCP party, and there's a worrying trend in this nation that whenever we come towards the elections, the general elections, there's always a mushrooming of new political parties where today, like for example, Mother Karua just launched our party. We also have the Regiji, he also has his own party, and who knows how many other parties are going to come out in between now and 2027, where we have mushrooming political parties. But I'm just curious to hear from you what you think about that, because it feels a little bit destabilizing. I know that politics is about personal interest, right? But we cannot have a democracy where every 5-year election cycle there is a new party with new manifestos that never get to see the light of day. So talk to us a little bit about that in as far as youth inclusion is concerned.
Well, for me, number one, I think political parties are made to take power, right? That's why we have political parties.
Yes.
But my personal view as Mugochi, I believe ile siasa sisi ufanya huku kama wa Kenya, we have progressed so much in our politics. We only need to have 2 main political parties, just like in USA, the Democrats and the Republicans. But be that as it may, the problem of our politics is we have a lot of political deceit and political conmanship. For example, I'd give you a very good example. If Rigiji had gotten into an agreement with UDA when they were campaigning in 2022, trust you me, it would have been very difficult to impeach him.
Yeah.
So you see, in such scenarios, you end up forming a political party, number one, to secure yourself, which because your survival in our politics is also important. It's very paramount. So I think we have a very long way to get to that political maturity.
Yeah.
But I can tell you for free, we are going to have a lot of political parties. They're going to be there because parties are made to take power.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's worrying. Again, we need to move away from state capture and power capture politics and to perhaps issue-based politics, as you've rightfully said. You know, the Republican Party in the US, the Democratic Party in the US, they are known very much so. They are known with pushing for agendas, you know, and issues and things. So I don't know. We are at what? I think 92 parties right now as it stands, according to the registrar of political parties. And my goodness, when you look at the country, it's like we are continuously receding and retrogressing. If they would mean anything, they would mean anything for us right now in terms of development. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what 2027 would look like. But I guess I want to piggyback on something that you've said about political conmanship, right? And deceit in Kenya. And I've been seeing a very worrying trend also from young politicians or people that are slowly lacking in the behind the scenes towards that direction. They're taking up some patterns from what the old guard is doing. Has that been your experience, even as you observe from your peers who want to get into these political parties and, take up public office and stuff like that? Just talk to us a little bit about, I guess, the bigger question here is now, with governance, do we build up from this existing systems, or do we completely invent new ways? Is that even possible? Is that palatable to other or completely new ways of dealing with governance, as it were?
First of all, I think the lot of young people we have in our parliament right now, apart from a few, I think we are seeing a very good trajectory in terms of standing up for what is right. I'll give you an example of Babu Owino.
Yeah.
I'd never imagine the day Babu Owino will disagree with some of the things Raila Odinga would say. Same to Sifuna, same to the likes of Getonga Mukonji. You would expect, because they are the young Turks, they will say yes to everything the president says. And I think behind the scenes, what people do not know is these politicians use a lot of money to campaign. And some of them get, funding from very shady deals. So when you get those positions, the one thing you want to do is return back your money and possibly create more. And in the process, you end up doing very wrong things. And I can tell you for free, some of these people ni kukua, what do we call it, blackmailed. So the state has something on you. They use it to blackmail you to push their agenda. That's why you see some of these MPs, they passed SHA, they don't know what SHA is about. Now that the president has thrown them under the bus, wanasema, Mr. President, we passed this SHA for you, we passed this housing for you. And you see, that is not what they were supposed to do. These parliamentarians are supposed to represent our views in parliament, because parliament is where it's what we call the House of Representatives. Otherwise, tunaweza jirepresent sisi wenyewe. It's in the constitution by the. And that's why I was very happy in 2024 when we occupied parliament, because we knew where the problem was.
Were you there?
Of course.
Yeah, you occupied?
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
But I don't want to say it because naweza kosa kurudi Embu.
Well, ukuje uinject huku.
Yeah, so in parliament, and I can tell you, even if we change the president, but we do not change our parliamentarians, we will still be in this mess we are in. Because parliament is very powerful. And actually, in my advocacy back in Embu, I encourage young people to read the constitution, because Katiba yetu is very progressive. It has an answer to everything, every problem we have in this nation. Parliament, president akituma budget, parliament wakiamua president atakuwa anapata 1 million per month in terms of his usage in status, there is nothing he can do. So parliament is very, very crucial in ensuring that they check the executive on its excesses. But if you are there, because everyone has a price.
Yes.
Everyone has a price. So bei yako ikifika, that's why we have these problems that we have. Yeah.
You've said that back home you are involved in advocacy campaigns.
Yeah.
Which is, I would imagine, some civic education and political education, right?
It's not yet full blown.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot. I realized it's a lot of work by the way.
It is. It's not easy. Yeah.
So I'm in the final stages with some other few friends of mine. We're in the final stages of creating something. Let me not call it a company, but an organization where we are going to do it. Sasa effectively with some little funding here and there hadi huko mashinani.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And maybe Power Radio can come through
Definitely.
as a partner. We need media in mainstreaming the conversations for sure. But we can have a conversation about young people's inclusion in governance, but young people in mashinani inclusion in governance is a whole other conversation.
Yeah, it's a different perspective. I realized the other time when we were saying reject finance bill, mainly ilikuwa huku uptown.
Okay.
And you see watu wako mashinani ndio walikuwa adversely affected kwa sababu ya maneno ya ukulima, tax ilikuwa imeongezwa.
Yes.
So I noticed that gap. I also noticed that most of this activism organization, they are male dominated. We do not have a lot of women in these organizations and people living with disabilities. So I think it's also a wake-up call to us who are in this field to consider involving pia wale wako mashinani kabisa. Because it's for them, it is more important to them than sisi wenye tuko town.
Right.
Yeah.
And what makes the barriers for youth in mashinani even more defined? Because here urban youth, we can talk about, you guys are not including us in for example, the conversation. You're not consulting us, for example. It comes to public participation, hamtuiti. But I'm imagining for a youth in Mbere, uko ndani. I'm sure, first of all, maybe what is, let's even understand the mindset of a young person uko mashinani, uko ndani. What are they thinking? Every morning they wake up. What is their first thought? Because you have interacted with them for sure. Like, what are some of the things that are occupying their minds that are maybe away from what an urban youth, semi-urban youth might be thinking about?
I noticed watu wako mashinani they actually lack information. They, sometimes you go to mashinani unaambia watu maneno ya one term, they wonder
What do you mean?
I mean tulifika aje one term versus two term. It's quite interesting by the there's a whole difference between watu wako uptown na watu wako mashinani.
Yes.
So I think for me the bridge is to ensure they get this information because it is important for them to also be part of the national conversation and involving them, because I can tell for free for those of us who are in the opposition, if we do not fill that gap, the government will fill that gap and they will use it to win. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
Mama mwenye ako mahali mbere huko ndani kabisa, tuseme mahali kunaitwa Kerie, hajawahi pata stima, then miujiza Ruto afike hapo amwashie stima hivi na socket aone imewaka alafu waende. Huyo mama hakuna kitu kingine atakuwa nakumbuka. Akienda kwa ballot aone sura ya William Ruto, that's what he's going to take. So we have a serious gap between wale ambao tuko uptown na wale tuko mashinani, which needs to be filled.
For sure.
And
how do we bridge that gap though?
I think you see some of these places they also don't have internet. That's the problem. The places very underdeveloped. The roads haziko, stima hakuna. Mtu tu anaamka ng'ombe, mbuzi, kulima kidogo, anarudi kulala. So I think it's a lot that needs to be done to close that gap. As I've said, I'm working on something with some of the young people in Embu, and that's also part of our conversation. We are hoping we are going to find a stable resolution to that.
Even as you talk about internet, like, is digital literacy, that should also be another conversation. Beyond even digital literacy, how are the literacy levels? Like ile tu basic education kuenda huko mashinani.
You know, that's why I feel very bad when naona watu wanatembea kwa hizi county zetu wakileta pesa in terms of empowerment. And we have schools that ni za matope, ni za mbao, wengine hata wanasomea chini ya miti.
My goodness.
Right? It's very sad. And you know when you...
Mbere is like 5 hours from Nairobi.
Imagine and you know when you kill education, ukikuwa na watu wajinga, it's easy to rule over them.
That's true.
And that is
I
why...
think it's intentional.
And that's why mtu kama Ruto anakasirika sana kwa sababu they are political students of Moi. You see, during Moi's time, Moi was the constitution. Moi angeamka asubuhi aseme nimekupatia hii shamba, ukose kufanya vile anataka, jioni amekunyang'anya hiyo shamba. You see, now this lot that leads us right now, they are political students of such things. But now we have a very progressive constitution. You cannot just do that. So it pains them. Ruto anashanga, yani watoto wananitokea kwa streets. You know, it's because we are learned, we understand what is going on. Because for me, you cannot convince me. We moved from using 800 million shillings, for example, to revamp NHIF. And we needed 104 billion shillings for a whole new system.
That is not
working. And you know, sadly, let me tell you, I was in a place called Rotune in Manyata constituency about 3-4 weeks ago for a fundraiser, a harambe, for a young girl, almost my age, who has been suffering from pneumonia. The bill had accumulated to around 3 million, 2.93 million.
What?
SHA, being the good health cover that it is, gave this young girl 89,000 Kenyan shillings.
What is that gonna do?
It's not even 189,000 out of a bill of 3 million. So the rest of us are supposed to come together and help her raise 2.9 million. Whereas I am very sure if we had NHIF, NHIF would have paid an upwards of around 1 million, 1.2 million. So it does not make sense. Some of these things zinakasirisha tu, unafikiria hivi, unafikiria utokee peke yako uandamane, because it does not make sense.
Right, it's absolutely crazy. And I think it's a good place to take some feedback from those that are joining us online. I see Faith Kerubo anasema great conversation, keeping 100%. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kama uko na maswali for mheshimiwa here, please do not hesitate. Yeka tu pale hivyo kwa chat box, we will see it and I'm sure that he is gonna be in a position to answer your question there. Keep them coming. Again, you can text in, call in live, voice note us on 0748379231. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back, we continue with our conversation. Today, we are joined by Mr. Daniel Mugochi. We are having a conversation about young people being the architects of governance in Kenya. How do we move from what it has been? How do we move forward to what actually it should look like beyond the tokenistic appeal that is the systems of governance in Kenya. So let's take some music. We'll be right back. Some Camp Mula is on the way with Holding It Down, and then we will be shortly back after this break. So do not move a muscle. Keep it Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Chorage karo uga udige taitare nakene uga guadi uga umelie de toro uga udige taitare nakene
Dogo de sirie Dogo uge kadom ono Dina shamo kyama koshine Dogo de sirie Dogo uge kadom ono
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Think you can think you can handle
F what a hater say, sipping on that haterade. I'm tipsy off that Tangeray and Alizé. I'm hella paid. Pair of J's on me as I hit the stage, hella bait. Toast to the hard work, so every day we celebrate. I'm just a dream chaser trying to reach paper. A few years ago, you know we hadn't seen better, so I had to get up. Hustling never seemed better. I'm fed up, but it won't get the best of me, my nigga. I live a fast life, if you can see. Mula team holding down Africa from the east, please. You know we're trying to stack up all the G's, getting money overseas. Mikey told me had a dream. Luther King, we believe.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it down.
We hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it.
We hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we
Holding it. See, I gotta get that dough. Your money been the motive. Mama told me take it slow, boy. Keep your options open. Now we be all up inside your TV with a couple more beanies while we treat them haters like Stevie Wonder. Why these niggas bother anymore? Tell your tripper, shopper man. Kabungari better know that we swaggy. Nigga, out your swaggy. Tucci's rolling doobies with some beanies in the backseat. But I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches, cause they might catch me slipping. But you already know, Camula, that's that 2-5 flow. Yeah, not from B-Town. You know we holding it.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it.
Hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up.
I swear I've been waiting for this moment since I was 12 now. Rock a snapback, fuck a fitted, let your brain smile. And we just glad you finally listened cause you chose style. 5 mighty kids been on a mission while they talk slime. You spit, I vomit, have you on it, dog, I breathe rhymes. No Superman, just rapaholic, see my team shines. So now I'm sipping gin and tonic, we don't squeeze limes. Cause life's been bitter for a nigga, but I'm still fine. Hey. I hope you learn the basics. Boy, them A to Z's, your 1 to 3s ain't talking about the matrix. Thanks to KOC, oh yes indeed, I've graduated to MC. Living my dreams, glory to G.O.D.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it.
Hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up.
From B-Town, you know we holding it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
All right, welcome back. That is Holding It Down by Camp Mula, CMMP to the Mula. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show with me, and Wanyoike. I'm still here with my guest, Mr. Mugochi. We are deep in conversation about what does it look like for young people to take the lead and become governance architects. We've discussed everything from what that conversation looks like in the machinanis or in the village, and then what it portends for young people in the village vis-a-vis those that are in urban and semi-urban areas as well. We've also looked at what can be done in terms of bridging the gaps as well, and the importance of mainstreaming civic and political education. Now we want to move and look into more technical areas of governance, which I had alluded to. Like, is it potentially possible or palatable for young people to completely throw away and throw out what exists and them to come up with their own structures from scratch. But let me read a couple of comments here from our Facebook audience. Shout out to you, V Njuest. Big up yourself. Anasema na stream live. Asante sana. We also have Angelo Muthe. Anasema CEC Youth Department ni shows. I think ana inject pale. He's talking about what you had told us about the CEC of young youth being a person in their 70s back in your constituency. And it's a problem. I think let's talk also about that. This holding on to spaces and positions when it's clearly your time is done. Your time is done. Pave the way for young people, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's important that wazee wakimaliza wanaondokea vijana, because we need progressive ideas. We need people with energy.
Yes.
I'd shock you that initially that let me use that particular example.
Yeah.
Initially our CC for the one who was supposed to represent us for youth is a young man called Pithon Moshoki.
Pithon.
He was running for Senate, but because of factors that I alluded to, like finances and everything,
yes,
he was convinced to step down, and he was promised that position by the governor. Unfortunately, when the governor was giving out these positions, I think she realized amepea wanaume wote, she didn't have a woman, so she gave it to this particular CC I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And this young man called Pithon, very ambitious, very young. Sasa he's not our senator, he's not our CC. Akapatiwa chief officer. But sadly, I think he was removed earlier this year, if I'm not wrong, because the governor felt threatened that he wants to campaign again for the position of Senate.
Wow.
So it's crazy stuff. I said today I'll use my county as an example because I don't have any other county to give an example.
And it's a good point of reference.
I think apart from Nairobi, you also need to come and study Embu politics. We do politics, I think, on a daily basis.
Every day.
It's insane.
Every day?
Every day.
And that's why there's no room for development.
It depends.
Yeah.
I think, not to campaign, but I think in Manyata constituency, we are doing quite well. Yeah, I think we are number one compared to the other three in terms of development. Yes.
I think we've also romanticized governance to young people. They really want to get into these positions of governance just for the benefits of it. It's the bling, it's the travel, it's the good money, the great big car, security detail. But that's not all leadership entails. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because I think first and foremost, we need to reduce the salaries that we give these people. We pay them a lot of money.
A lot of money. Yes.
I was surprised the other day the president was saying he's building a church in State House and he's using his own money, 1.2 billion.
Yes.
Where do you get 1.2 billion?
Kuku za sogoi. Kuku
gani?
Za sogoi za kienyeji.
So I think because of the lifestyle, because we have shown young people that for you to survive in this country, the only thing you need to do is become a politician or close to a politician, which is not the case. That's not what is supposed to be. But because of these things, we never get development. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I'll not mention when, but you see in 2027, when we will be saying 1 term versus 2 term, hapa Rwanda, they will be having a Grand Prix. Race ya Formula 1. But you see, that thing was supposed to happen here in Kenya.
Yeah.
So there are some Italians who came and sold the idea to a certain governor. I will not mention because babu niliona aliokolewa juzi. So they pitched that idea to a particular governor, wajenge hiyo race track so that eventually we'll have that race here in Kenya. But governor alikuwa anataka aonwe zake za macho 50 million. So this guy said no, it's not possible. Akabagain akasema sawa nipeni 30. They still refused. And that's how they left Kenya, went to Rwanda. They were received with open arms. I think they will spend about $1.2 billion for that particular thing. $1.2 I think that's quick math, around 155 billion Kenyan shillings. Sasa hiyo ingeingia kwa economy yetu, but because kuna tumbo ya mtu haikufaidika. You know, now it's
tumbocracy.
It's crazy. Some of these things zinakasirisha tu.
How many times do you spend your journey as a young people frustrated?
It's a lot. Because actually, if I show you my DMs right now, ni watu wengi sana vijana, they think I am living a good life and they are not employed. I feel really bad because sometimes there's very little I can do to help them, connect them to job opportunities. Juu hata haziko. Hatuwezi toshea sisi wote kwa ofisi. You know? So I think that's why we also have a lot of suicide cases. We really need to have a serious conversation on, because for me personally, I don't understand how we say 100% transition from primary to high school. Then 100% transition from high school to campus, but we do not have 100% transition from campus to the job market. I think we need to do something there to balance that equation.
Wow.
Because people are helpless out there. Watu wana lose hope mbaya sana.
So let's talk about voting, right? And the IEBC just said that in come 29th of September, we are continuing the rollout of voter registration. Do you think that the majority block of the voter in 2027 is going to be the young generation, mostly Gen Z? And if so, how does that redirect the way that we conduct governance for young people?
If all factors remain constant, I think the biggest block will be the young people. We have a whole new constituency called the Gen Z constituency. So if all factors remain constant, if they don't play around with the system and everything, because I also understand kuna watu wanapewa IDs na huku juu to increase votes za certain region to, I think, replace the Mount Kenya region. I also understand there was this story about chiefs who were abducted, in 5 chiefs.
In Northeastern.
I think they were in Somalia registering people. Watarudishwa tu time ikiisha. But our work as sisi wenye we have an idea of what is happening in our country, we have a responsibility, and that's why kama sasa leo I came from Embu. Tukimaliza hapa I am going back mashinani kuhakikisha baka ule kijana ako kule ndani kabisa is aware of what is happening in our country, and come 2027, one, they will have registered as voters, and that they will actually come out and vote, because that is very important. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So let's stick to with that thought, right? So there are a lot of frustrations again. Like being a young person in Kenya, you know, you wonder, why am I even going to waste my time? Napanga foleni kwenda kuchagua mtu, but I will not see the promise of what I'm lining up for, you know. It becomes very frustrating to continuously be inundated with promises that never see the light of day. You know, it's very exasperating as a young Kenyan.
I started by saying that the most important thing for us ni kusoma katiba. You see, when that particular booklet, constitution, it has solutions to all our problems. I can tell you right now for free.
At this point, it feels like it has problems to all solutions that are there.
That booklet, if followed to the latter, has all solutions to our problems. If followed. I'd give you an example. You know, the president is the most powerless person in our constitution. Kwa sababu kazi yake ni mbili pekee. Protect lives and property. That's what is said in the constitution. MC hata akona nguvu kidogo kuliko president. So I think what we have established in our country is a bad culture of lies. So the president comes to Embu, anatoka kwa sunroof ya gari, anasema vile vile nimeongea na huyu contractor in the next 2 weeks barabara 1 2 3 itaanza. Sijui mahali ingine pale juu tulikuwa na contractor mkora, tumetoa yeye, tumeanza tendering process. In the next 2 months hiyo process itaanza tena. And it's a lie because you see these things are budgeted for in parliament when we are making budget hapo ndio pesa inawekwa. So when the president comes to your area anakuja amepromise maneno kama ya 2 billion. Anaenda Taita Taveta anapromise ingine 2 billion. By the time you sit down after 4 months you realize you need an extra 1 trillion kufulfill hizi promises za president alimake akiwa juu ya gari ambazo ziko kwa budget. You get? So what happens? Kama barabara fulani ilikuwa imetengewa 300 million inakatwa 100, ndio ile promise ya president ikuwe fulfill. So the next time the president comes to your area aseme nimeongea na contractor, mnafaa mumuulize hiyo pesa iko consolidated fund. Kama iko toka hapa, wacha kutudanganya. That's why he finds it very hard to come and lie to people in Embu. He has come to Embu twice. He has lied. The people have told him uongo. So when you read the constitution you'll understand kama kitu iko kwa budget, wacha kukuja kupromise. Tell us the truth. Tuambie hii haiko, maybe tujaribu next year. Yes. Yes.
My God. I wish it was that simple though.
Yeah, I also wish. But I think our generation will be that, I'm hoping.
You are hopeful?
Yeah, kwa sababu mimi sina haja nikuje niwaambia tutatengeneza hii barabara and I know hakuna pesa. It does not make sense. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, let me see. There is a question here being asked by Teresia Wanjiko. So she's asking, so now that we are complaining, what solutions do you bring to the table? That's yes, that's what she's asking. Yeah.
As I said, at the moment, even if we change the president and we do not change our members of parliament, we'll still have lost the game.
Yeah.
Right. So the biggest challenge we have right now is to ensure that we elect reasonable people in parliament to represent us. People who can stand up for the people, stand up against the executive. Because for me, I do not see why MPs had to pass the affordable housing. Make Talk it a tax.
That, yes.
Na hii kitu inafaa ikuwe voluntary. If you read the constitution, that's sabotage of your economic rights.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a very little guy. There's very little I can do right now to change the country.
Right.
But in my own analysis yangu kidogo ya hii miaka nimekuwa kwa siasa, if we change the people who represent us in parliament, we'll have gotten it 50% correct. Yes.
All right, let me read a couple of comments here. David Karaoke Njeru anasema knowledge at work. ni mafans.
Ni incoming MCA mahali huko nyumbani.
Si akuje David Karaoke Njeru, please come to Power Radio.
Tutapangana.
Tupange, sindio? Mwambie akuje Power Radio. We need to hear his manifesto as well. Lapia anasema kukuza sugoi kwani ni yeye wa kwanza kuuza kuku. I think he's alluding to what the comment about him building the president building a church.
And this State House is a public land.
Yeah.
So whatever you do in our public land is subject.
The states.
Yeah, it's subject to public scrutiny.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to
so
talk about
what happens when we get a Muslim president? They're going to build a mosque.
Yeah, and then we get an Indian president. He does a Hindu temple.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. it's all there in the stars. Yeah, but moving away from that, let's talk about posterity measures. And I guess it kind of feels too early to talk about posterity because whatever good thing is there, it has to be sustained. But I'm saying it feels like it's too early to have a conversation about posterity because young people don't feel like they've even gotten not even a quarter, even a piece of this national cake. So even as we talk about posterity and how to sustain this momentum of young people, yes, let's get ready. We've had initiatives before, for example, having quota systems for young people to engage politically, and I do not know how again how effective these quota systems have been. But if we are to have a conversation about posterity and the sustaining of young people's inclusion in governance, what would that world look like?
You see, the problem we have right now is especially our parliamentarians, they owe allegiance to the president instead of the people. Because looking at what you're talking about, posterity.
Yes.
Let me use development, for example. We have development and we have sustainable development.
Yes.
Development ni nimekuja nimepatia watu tanks za maji na nimeenda. Sustainable development, I bring tanks and I ensure they get piped water. That's sustainable. So hizo ndio vitu tunafaa sasa kuwa you sit with somebody who wants a seat and you listen to them. If they do not meet that criteria, please munamwambia tu tafadhali tujaribu tena. Next time you do not fit our criteria, unaeka X.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I said today I'll use my own county for analysis.
Yeah.
We have a very, for lack of a better word, an incompetent senator who cannot even articulate himself in parliament. And I'm saying this very embarrassed because recently we had an impeachment of an impeachment motion of Kericho governor.
Yeah.
And he asked a question.
Yes.
And Sifuna was on his knees because the English was butchered completely, right? And you see, that senator is a sum total of the people of Embu. So we feel very embarrassed when he says some of these things and they do not make sense.
Yeah.
But imagine we woke up in the morning, tukaenda tukapiga line na tukampigia kura. Right? So for me, I believe ni kama we have a chance to redeem ourselves in 2027.
Yes.
We were given a basket of fruits. We picked a bad fruit. Now our stomachs are running.
Yeah.
Now in 2027, we have an opportunity to change what we picked and put leaders who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of comments here. Thank you so much, guys. This means so much to us that you guys are tuned in and following the conversation. It's Faith Kerubo. Shout out to you. She's chiming in here on some of the things that you've said. One is saying young aspiring leaders should stop being absorbed into the same ideologies we are trying to fight.
Yeah.
She's also saying that's the only way we can move from these ideologies to informed politics and governance. And then she says it's true that parliament is actually our biggest problem.
Yeah, it
Do you
is.
want to build on that?
No, Faith is a good friend of mine. I
Yes.
want to say hi, Faith.
Sure.
I think as I had said, you see, when wakati tulikuwa tunaandamana last year, I said I was very happy that we occupied parliament. Because that is where our problems are, right? You cannot pass SHA for the president.
Yeah.
You cannot pass affordable housing for the president.
Right.
You represent the people, right?
Yeah.
So even if we change Ruto, tuweke mtu mwingine, and we remain with this lot of MPs that we will not have changed anything. Tutakuwa tu pale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to, and that's why I said, you see, for me, I am in the political space, but I am not vying, not because I cannot or I do not want, but you see, it's like there is a pandemic of young people vying, which is good. I have no problem to that. But you see, you cannot wake up one morning and say you want to replace Dean Dinyoro, for example, simply because your biggest qualification ni wewe ni Gen Z.
Yeah.
It goes back to mentorship. Why do you really want to vie? You know,
Yeah.
It goes back to a lot of things. So even as we gear up towards 2027, let us know why we want to occupy these positions we want to occupy.
Right. And then, of course, there's gatekeeping as well. Yeah. I wonder whether young people are supposed to be made to earn their seat at the table, or it's just another gatekeeping mechanism.
You're not supposed to earn, right? It's that is gatekeeping. I've said a couple of times you need to read the Constitution. The Constitution says all sovereign power belongs to the people.
We, the people.
Yeah. The people, in this case, iko subdivided into 4. There's men, women, young people, and people living with disabilities, right? So by virtue of the young people being kwa hiyo category ya people, you are entitled to, it is in the constitution. You read the constitution, you'll get it there, right? So you're not supposed to really earn, because when you earn, you'll have to unapigia huyo mdosi makoti, naambia ni wewe tu, hakunanga mwingine. Yeah. So you by virtue of you are recognized in the constitution, you already have it. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Today, we have a lot of comments coming in.
We need a part 2.
We do. We need a part 2. Please,
definitely.
now that you are part of Power Radio now. You've become family. You've become, goodness, I think I've lost it, but I had seen it somewhere. Okay, let's take a quick break as I look for that comment, and then we will come back and conclude our conversation. We are almost coming to the end of our discussion this morning. We have been looking at governance and youth inclusion in that. What is their role as governance architects, young people? So let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back after this short break. Do not move a muscle.
All day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back. That is Wahoo Sweet Love. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show, and we are almost coming to the end of our discussion this morning. We have been having a great conversation with my guest, Mr. Mugochi, about youth inclusion and young people as architects of governance there. But before we conclude our discussion this morning, I know you have some messages to tell the people that are tuning in this morning, from voting, why they need to get their voters card, to why it's such a bad precedence to... You are sort of kind of forced to support the government for you to make an entryway into, opportunities and what that might look like. So, waongelesha watu.
I'll start with the first one.
Yes.
I think we have all seen why it is important to vote. I don't think kuna mtu sahi anakai Kenya.
Yes.
Haelewi what is happening.
Yeah.
Want on corruption. Like, corruption is... We have budgeted corruption, actually, right? Because if you check what William Ruto is doing, he has borrowed 3 times. Already in 3 years, he has borrowed 3 times what Wanyoike borrowed in his 10 years, right? And some of the projects we see around, they are not part of that debt. For example, I understand barabara ya kutoka hapa Nairobi hadi Nakuru will be expanded. That is pesa ya NSSF imewekwa hapo kama PPP, right? Tuko na sijui barabara ya kutoka Keno Marwa, wame securitize fuel levy, right? It's not part of the now 12 trillion debt that we have. Sijui expanding Talanta Stadium, another 46 billion securitization of sports fund, 46 billion, na tutalipa 100 billion in terms of interest after 15 years.
Seriously.
So I think when you see some of these things, we understand why it is important for us to vote. So I want to encourage and urge our young people, please register as voters. It is very important that we make sober decisions in 2027.
Yeah.
So that we also make our lives better. Because I don't know if you have a child, but when you get one, akona deni tayari. Anakuja kama akona deni.
Unfortunately.
Very sad.
Yeah.
So the other thing was the forcing people to
support a government that is not supporting them or working for them. Either way.
I don't know what people mean by supporting, because personally, I cannot support a government that is abducting my fellow young colleagues.
And killing them. Yeah.
For example, where I come from, we had Billy Mwangi. Billy Mwangi was my schoolmate in primary, right? He was taken, I think, for 14 days.
Wow.
Tortured. When he came back, he was seriously traumatized.
My God.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not an experience I would also want to go through. I cannot support such a government. I cannot support... And you're abducting kids because they're saying, please do not tax us more. Right? Punguza bei ya mafuta. Una abduct your kijana. please punguza bei ya unga, una abduct your kijana. It
Yeah.
does not make sense. I cannot support a government that does what, wakati mnaleta NHIF, mnaleta SHA, mmetoa NHIF, and you're saying wakati hii SHA sasa inakuja hamtatengeneza harambee. I've given you an example of an harambee tulikuwa about 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
I also have a friend who was hit by a car about a month ago. Akavunjika mguu akienda church on Sunday. You know, SHA said by the he fractured both his legs.
What?
He said SHA ikasema hatuwezi kulipia miguu zote mbili, tutalipa moja.
That is not even laughable. I don't even know why I'm laughing. It's laughable and not funny.
We will pay for one leg.
What?
So you
You pay for the other one?
Yeah, you pay for the other leg.
What?
It's a story in Embu. I know people watching, they will tell you.
What?
A friend of mine, Sunday asubuhi, he was going to church.
Ay.
Akagongwa na gari bahati mbaya. He was taken to the hospital. Sadly, SHA ikasema sasa umegongwa.
Akisa tutadu.
Yeah.
Basically saa tutadu.
Saa tutadu. Sasa fanya hivi, wacha tutakulipia hii, wewe lipa ingine. So you expect me to clap for that government?
Jesus.
Right? And you see why I'm saying it is wrong is because
quite literally footing the bill. I'm sorry, it was right there.
No, I want to go to heaven, please.
Footing the bill, it was right there. It was right there.
So it's insane, and I know there are a lot of other stories.
That's
right?
Crazy.
So we cannot support such a government, and you want to blackmail us with development, yet we pay taxes.
Jeez.
And you know why I'm saying it is very wrong? It's because maendeleo yote inatengenezewa bunge.
Yeah.
See, when people make budget,
yes,
hapo ndio maendeleo inatengenezwa. So you do not need to go to State House.
Yeah.
You do not, there's a disease my member of parliament calls butyrosis lichnosis.
Yeah, which is what?
You will understand. you do not need to leak somebody's, so that you get development. Kwa sababu maendeleo yote inatengenezewa bunge, and we all pay taxes. So the conversation about ati sasa kwa sababu you are in opposition, you will not get development, it's neither here nor there. Yeah.
Wow.
So we need to stand up for what is right. We need to call out this government for the injustices that they do.
Sure.
And we still expect development. Si kuomba, we expect because we all pay taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
As we conclude our conversation, what would be your clarion call for every stakeholder as we talk about mainstreaming and creating more spaces for young people to get involved in governance? Where do we go from here? What needs to be done?
I think we just need to give young people an opportunity. We have very industrious young people who have shown us that umkipatia kijana nafasi, they can do wonders because they bring in fresh ideas, they bring in new energy. So it is a matter of ensuring we give these young people an opportunity to serve.
Okay.
Sasa ukisema ukuje na 10 years experience, sasa 10 years experience hivi nitakutolea wapi? So I think it is time we actually start walking the talk. Tukisema we want inclusion of young people, let us sit there. I've given you an example with DCP party.
Yes.
I can tell you for free, if right now we were to take government in whatever sort of arrangement that will be there.
Yes.
We had agreed we have a serious conversation with the former deputy president ya kwamba ukipatia watu wawili wazee nafasi, wanapatia wengine wawili nafasi, so that we mean what we say when we say let us include the youth in matters governance and things to do with politics.
Wow.
Yes.
And I think that's a great place to put a full stop on.
Definitely.
Or maybe a semicolon, because this conversation cannot end here. Yeah, we have to continue this. And please, when we call upon you again, tuambie utakuja.
I'm a phone call away.
Your phone call away. Safi sana. Na pia to invite Mbere. We would love to come. Yeah.
Mbere umeitaja sana.
Nimeitaja.
Nitagongo nyumbani. And, but I want to repeat maybe for those who did not hear.
Yeah.
Those government bloggers who are in Mbere who think that they are going to force a certain leader on the people of Mbere. I want to tell them that we are in Mbere and we are not in the business of losing that seat. Right? So wasifikiria ati kwa sababu wanaona maneno online ati we are finished. Watungoje. Game ndio imeanza.
Yes. You have set the record straight.
Thank you.
Safi sana.
Asante.
All right. It was such a pleasure having this conversation with you. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence and for the privilege of your time.
Thank you.
A big shout out to Faith Kirubo and everybody who was able to join in. Anasema hapa, that was a great conversation. It is inspiring to see young people quite informed. You are the young people she's talking about. Anasema pia, all the best in your aspirations, Mr. Mugochi. #form ni kujituma.
Siku zote.
Ground inaongea. Wewe sasa sijui kama 2027 unakimbia or
tutapanga. Hii yote ni maneno ya Mungu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Safi sana.
Thank you.
All right, nami sina la ziada. I think it's a great place to end our conversation this morning. We have been discussing about governance, young people as architects of governance with Mr. Daniel Mugochi, who came all the way from Embu County to have this discussion with us. Do not worry if you would like to go back to listen to the conversation. Iko tu pale hivyo. Search Pawa Radio, that is PAWA, to get the conversation fully on YouTube as well, and also on our Twitter and Facebook pages as well. But allow me to end this conversation here. But before I leave, let me put you on what's coming up this Monday. We have Shivasations with Caroline Murote from 11 a.m. all the way till 1 p.m. For all things women. Please join her then if you can. And then later on, our advocate or our resident advocate, Mr. James Wanyoike, comes in from 5 p.m. all the way till 7 p.m. as he educates us on matters constitutionalism, the law, legalese, all those things that you need to know. Please make sure that you tune in then. And for me, I will see you. Well, first, let me put you on the greatest, biggest fellowship that is ever gonna happen, if I do say so myself. So each and every Monday, we meet at Nairobi Cinema from 5 p.m. all the way till 8 p.m. for a fellowship dubbed Fitness in the Word. And what really it is a time for us as believers, people who, you know, are saved, walokole, as we call them, you know, come together to have a great time in the presence of the Lord and get to hear the word of God taught in its simplicity as well. And also a great time for worship and praise. So if you're around town, around CBD, from 5 p.m. at Nairobi Cinema, entry is absolutely free. Please make your way there and be blessed together with us. I will see you on Wednesday, and this Wednesday we shall be having Mr. Ian Mokua, who will be having a conversation together with Neston about voter registration. Now that the IEBC is rolling out the voter registration come the 29th of September, we have to set the record straight on what exactly that process looks like. Is it an transparent and accountable process? You know how many conversations have been going on in terms of the IEBC's standing with accountability and integrity in Kenya. So we are going to delve deeper into voter registration and issues around accountability of the interim Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission in Kenya as we have that conversation. So see you on Wednesday from 8 a.m. all the way till 10 a.m. Only on the Power Morning Drive Show. Bye for now.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
And on the daily, bado na kufata. Kosa sio hoja, zaidi ya kukupenda. Vipi nikatupa ndoto tulizoziota. Uliniwasha nare, enzi zetu za kupare. Kwa mvinyo na makale, magizani hadi ngware. Nikijifanya dakitare, wa mabinti wale, wenye shepu za hatare. Nikapotelea ndane, ila mwambie nampenda. Roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda. Ukimwona, mwambie nampenda. Roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda. I can't help but miss you every morning. Vile unapendeza, kama ningeweza jua yepi ya kutarajia, nisingejipata mashakani kwa niliyoyatenda. Ninayempenda ni wewe, hakuna mwingine wa kubadili penzi. Ningependa tuelewane, kiburi kisinikosanishe nawe. Oh, uliniwasha pale na sikushika nare, ukanisema kwa jirani kwamba mimi kisirane, aibu za hadharani, vile penzi hatari, njoo unipe amani kama hapo zamani. Mwambie nampenda, oh yeah, roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda ukimwona. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda ukimwona. Ukimwona, yeah. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda ukimwona. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda ukimwona. Mwambie nampenda, roho ya mtamani, bado nampenda ukimwona.
From sunrise to sunset,